All right, so it looks to me like the Amazon form will work just fine. I didn't see what hidden information if I added in your submission that you sent over to me, but I did notice that there was a URL field, so at least you'll be able to reference that and how where it was submitted at, so that would give the interest into what they're submitting to. Also, too, we can add additional information in there moving forward. I was able to get everything to rely on one static block, and then the easiest way to add it to additional categories is to use a widget. So you log into the back end of the site, you go to content, and you go to widgets. There's a whole bunch of different types of widgets you can use, but in this particular case, we're just going to use a static block. I created a widget called Contact Us, and basically the way it's set up is you've got the option, which is which static block, and then in the first tab, you've got where the update's going to be pushed to. So I created two sections, non-anchored categories as well as anchored categories. So if you wanted to have product on a page, but then also have the form, you could use this. You could use either one of these two. It's just dependent on how you have the category set up. But in this particular case, I've got one category that is non-anchored, and then one that is a anchored, which anchored being the layered navigation on the left-hand side that would fill all of the options and information on the left-hand side, and that's how we got it set up. So, for example, non-anchored categories, you would go in here, and if it was a non-anchored category, you'd see a checkbox. And right now we've got it underneath contact form example. You could add in any others as you add new categories, or you could go in here and add it here as well for the anchored categories. And then it'll show up on the main content container area. So we can add additional content blocks as well. So if you wanted to add some text to that section as well, you could add it there. We can do different sort orders as well. Some you may want to add a graphic, some you may not, so we can do that as well, and just depending on how the sort order goes, that's how we would, what order you would see each of the static blocks going in. So multiple static blocks on a page if you want to. So so if you go onto the front end of the site, you'll see those categories as well, or the forms filled. And I'm not sure if I've got one. So come to category casters, go to contact form, and you'll see that it fits nicely right there. You could change the category to a full form field, and then it wouldn't have this notch over here as well. So, all right, play around with it. Let me know if you have any questions.